Hey everybody, welcome to another video. Today, I'm going to share with you guys how a worship minister and my wife, a teacher, paid off $65,000 in less than 18 months. And if you want to know how he did it, well, stick around for this video because I'm going to share with you valuable information and tips and resources for you guys to check out so that you guys can achieve the same results, so that you guys can become financially free. All right. Now you guys may be asking, well, why am I doing this type of video? Because typically the lane that I've been in is doing either Christian music covers or I've been doing some doctrinal and theological discussions and answering questions that you guys might have. But today, this has a very practical application for you guys because Jesus himself felt needs. And we did as a church, on the church that I am on staff at, did an area study, and the findings from this study were quite concerning. And I'm just going to share a little bit of that with you guys. And you guys might have the same situation in the community that you live in. But here's some of the statistics that I found. So the average household income is $76,000 per year. Now, that might sound high to you. It might sound low to you. But wherever you're at, when we go to the median household income, we see that it is far much less than that. It is $62,000 per year for the median household income. So these are the top concerns of households in the study area. And the number one is health. And then number two is financial worries. And that is why I'm doing this video, because I want to share with you guys, if you guys are having the same questions, or maybe you're worried about your finances, I hope that you find this information very beneficial and very helpful to you guys. That's the main reason why I'm putting this out. All right, let's get into it. So to be completely honest with you guys, my wife and I, well, actually my wife got me listening to Dave Ramsey's podcast and Dave Ramsey on the radio, Financial Peace University. That is a great resource for you guys. If you're able to take it, the church that I work at, we have people who lead that class and coordinate that class. 39% of people cannot pay a $400 emergency expense. And so that is crazy. 78% of people live paycheck to paycheck. 78% of people live paycheck to paycheck. Can you believe that? The average cable bill. And so basically, I'm going to go into some of the normal expenses that many people have, of that 78% and even more than that 78%. But people who live paycheck to paycheck also have these expenses that are considered normal. And so there's average cable bill is $217 per month. Going out to eat adds up to $283 a month. Extracurricular activities, travel, sports, etc. are over $1,000 per year. And so I would like to say to you guys, if you guys have ever pushed back at taking FPU because of the $125, $200 fee, or I'm not quite sure how much it is nowadays, but never use that excuse of like, well, why would I even pay any money to, try to get out of debt? Because for some reason that might not make sense in your head or connect. But let me tell you something. You're going to spend that money anyways on a cable bill. Go without cable for a month. Go without going out to eat for a month, and you'll be able to afford this. And guess what? This is going to have a lasting impact, and you will be able to change your family tree, just as Dave Ramsey says. Another way, like I said, is the way that my wife and I did it. We started just listening to Dave Ramsey on the radio, and we learned the 7 baby steps by heart, which I'm going to share right now. And that is this. Baby step number 1, save $1,000 for your starter emergency fund. And you would be surprised how many people do not have $1,000 saved up in their emergency fund. Baby step 2 and baby step 1 is so important. So make sure you have that $1,000 for your starter emergency fund. Baby step 2, pay off all debt except the house using the debt snowball. So this is all consumer debt. And for my wife and I, it was our student loan debt. And that was all $65,000 included in that. Baby step 3, save 3 to 6 months of expenses in a fully funded emergency fund. Do not forget to do this. 3 to 6 months of expenses in case something happens, medical bills, or you have something happen to your car and you need to repair it and fix it, or you lose your job, you get let go. And especially we've seen a lot of that happen, unfortunately, during this past year because of COVID. Make sure you have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved up so you don't have to take out credit or anything like that. and you'll be taken care of from that. Baby step number 4, invest 15% of your household income into retirement. Baby step 5, save for your children's college fund. Baby step 6, pay off your home early. And those 3 baby steps right there, 4, 5, and 6, are to be done simultaneously if you can. Baby step 7, build wealth and give, because Dave Ramsey always stresses the importance of living like no one else so that you can live and give like nobody else. He has so much good advice for you guys, especially biblical wisdom that he has shared. And his favorite verse that he likes to use is from Proverbs 22, verse 7. It says this: "The borrower is slave to the lender." And I also looked up another passage: "Every prudent man acts with knowledge, but a fool flaunts his folly." So with this knowledge, you have the ability to achieve your financial goals, but it's up to you to decide how you want to use and apply that knowledge. Like Dave Ramsey said, it's not just numbers and it's not just knowledge, but it's behavior. He also stresses the fact that you shouldn't use credit cards. A lot of people lose money on credit cards, and that's how those companies stay in business. And it makes sense if you think about it for a little bit. And, you may be worried about building up your credit score and everything like that, but don't worry about that. It's all about behavior. Remember, it's not just about numbers. It is about behavior, and it's about knowledge. And what you do with that knowledge is very vital to the success of you achieving your financial goals. So we have FPU as a resource, which costs around between $100 and $200 for a one-time purchase. Another resource is you can just go to the website, look up the baby steps, and he's got it right there as a tab on his website. Another resource to go to if you want to listen to him, just turn on your radio, but also he puts his radio broadcasts on his Apple Podcasts, and it's just called The Ramsey Show. He also has a YouTube channel, which is The Ramsey Show as well. But you can just go over to Apple Podcasts, and it's called The Ramsey Show, and you can just listen to hours and hours on end of people calling in and asking questions to Dave. And because of that, just listening to this, and this is how my wife and I did it. We just learned from all of these people's mistakes. We learned from these people's habits. We learned from the people who were successful in getting out of debt, and we mimicked and emulated their habits, and we emulated the behavior that the successful people did. And guess what? In less than 18 months, my wife and I were able to pay off $65,000 in student debt. And let me tell you something, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm a worship minister. My wife is a teacher. We have a very humble household income. And I'll just tell you guys, it's possible. It may not seem possible to you guys, but it's possible. And again, this is just a video for some practical tips, practical advice to help you and to benefit you, because financial stress is one of the top worries in the area that I live in, and maybe it's the same way for you guys. So that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.